telling you now, it's pure madness. Cats and dogs living together. Everything. It's a case for the ages. I tell you, it really fucking is. So we will have to see. We will have to see if that happens. We really will. Just something that Wayne and I were talking about earlier. So just going to see if it comes to fruition. Right. Josh was going to be with us tonight, but Josh is being told by his missus, "Oh my God, no. You've got to go and get the boy's haircut." So he's going to get the boy's haircut and sorted out something he would have done for football, because his son does. Oh no, what do they call it? Soccer. So I said soccer, nothing else. Wayne, don't disappear off screen because we know you'll be gone a while. There'll be another child on the way soon. Right. Soccer. Be nothing like. So, anyway, let's put the chat up. That'd be good, and then we can see everybody there. Oh my God, Andy, one of our fellow moderators, and he finds a lot of stuff that we put up on the wall. He's in tonight, so that's nice to see. I'm just finishing posting the show into other groups. So let's just keep doing that. And yeah, nice to have you back. I take it you're not coughing and shouting anymore.
Yeah, back 100%. After a very weird week of Novovirus in the house. Myself, Ellen, Freddie and Tamsin got it first. And then we thought everything was all clear. And then Ethan and Chloe come home, and lo and behold, they got it. So all six of us have had it now. So everybody's back to normal now.
So they've got it or they've not got it? They're clear now.
They had it. They've just come through it now.
Right. I tell you what, though, it's a good way to lose weight, isn't it? Just done.
Awesome.
So, what have you been up to? Let's crack on with this, because like last week, Josh hadn't been on any shows for nearly a year, I think, or just over a year. And he was like, he got proper quiet last week, which was very, very strange. And why the fucking hell are you not watching this, Josh?
Because he's getting his hair cut.
Yeah. Actually, I was playing Xbox earlier. I was playing Helldivers, and he was on with me because I'm new to the game, so I'm shit at it. And he's like way up in the levels, and he was like helping me go around, and Rachel was sat on the sofa taking the piss out of me and stuff like that. So it was really good fun, actually. And for everybody out there, because I can see we've got a few, Ghost is absolutely fine. Ghost is downstairs eating her dinner. I've got Bob down here. Hang on. We have Bob here, who apparently he thinks he's one of the Halloween toys. So yeah, and we've got Lilo over there. Ghost is absolutely fine. You know, right? I know she was fine because she farted earlier and it wasn't pleasant. So I'm full of cold and shit again, but I got that from. I was riding you know what a gator is?
No.
It's like a quad bike. and I was riding a quad bike about at work in the middle of the freezing fucking cold. It's got no doors or anything, towing gas bottles about. Give myself a cold.
Yes, you sent me the video, and it's got the Teletubbies on the front of the bonnet.
Yeah, yeah. I was writing that about. Nobody told me how to wrap up stupidly warm, otherwise you'll catch a cold. So I got massive sore throat and a snot bubble. So it's like, yeah, cheers. So my Taylor, good luck and safe drive to Somerset, is going down to Somerset tomorrow, and I've got a big thick winter security jacket down there. She's going to pick up for me off Becky. Hello, Becky. I hope you're okay.
Yeah. So safe journey, Taylor.
Hi, Nicola. Hi, Noreen. Hi, Randy. Hi, Things Netherlands. It's nice to see Things Netherlands in here with us tonight. So, last week we were talking about Oumuamua, Atlas 3i, and Swan. Swan's gone very quiet, and even on the dark chatter, Swan's gone very quiet. Atlas 3i, there's been quite a bit happening with that, and I didn't know. Here's an interesting one for you. Do you remember when SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, got the WOW signal?
Back in 1977.
I thought it was 78. 77, 78. But
yeah. 77 they received it.
Right. Last year, NASA tried to turn around and say, we traced it. It was a microwave. A microwave went off. Microwave. Thank you, Mary. Microwave went off, and that's what the WOW signal was. Now, I've looked back, and no, they actually didn't have a microwave in the kitchen there at that particular time. I genuinely thought you were going to either throw up or shit yourself then. Please don't do that.
Yeah, sorry. It was. I had a little frog in my throat.
Well, you're married, so no, you're not married yet, but you will be. Get rid of the French. You shouldn't be doing that. No. I'm getting married next year, and I can't fucking wait, to be absolutely honest. I'm talking that. There's my best man. So Atlas 3i came from this. Came from the same direction and had been traveling from that direction that the WOW signal came from.
Yeah. And
the WOW signal and the first ever possible sightings of Atlas 3i happened in the same year. The same year. I was reading a dark thread last night, and that Atlas 3i, they had the first rumours, first utterance of possibly something big headed this way. The same year, same direction, and then the WOW signal. And for those of you who don't know the WOW signal, literally Huh? Hello, Maureen. Hello, Mary. Thank you very much, Mary. Do you know what? Do you want to tell everybody what the WOW signal is and how it happened?
But the WOW signal basically follows on from Apollo with the old gold disc. It was a message that was beamed out into space in the hope that something would receive that signal and send a reply. However, the WOW signal was said to be a reply because it came from a certain constellation, and no one really went to.
Sagittarius.
Yeah, I think it was Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, yeah.
But the signal came back, and everybody went, "Oh my god!" And it labelled the WOW signal because the guy that actually deciphered the coding that the message was within just simply put the word "wow" next to it, so it became known as the WOW signal. The only problem now is that we are looking at where we've traced 3i Atlas and where it originated from. It's originated from the same constellation as the WOW signal. However, there is now something slightly different because some analysts out there are saying that what has been sent,
sorry, I had a cough.
What has been sent back is instructions on how to decipher the message that we sent out. So they're saying that it all adds up to 100. When you translate it, it goes into binary. It comes to 100. And there is rumours now that they're saying that what it is instructions on how to open the message.
Yeah, that's right.
But either way, it's originated from that constellation, the same place as 3i Atlas.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. And also, the guy who was sat at the Atlas part, the Atlas 3i Atlas stands for Third Intergalactic Visitor, and it was spotted. That's what the 3i is, and the Atlas was the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. And that's they narrowed it down to Atlas, and that's why it's called 3i Atlas. So it's a bit of shit for you. The guy who I read the story about how the guy first discovered not the possible signature back in the 70s, but the one back in I think it was March or April this year. The guy was in Brazil at the Atlas station, and he was just doing his nightly sweep, and they have a sweep of they get a set of coordinates and actually scan the whole set of coordinates. And you got things that move all the time in space and this, that, and the other, and they have to mark it off against known things, you know. And then this came up, and he was like, and he checked it all, and the speed was ridiculous. I think it was 150,000 miles an hour. And he looked at it, and he's like, nah, that can't be right. Read it. I think he redid it like 8 times. And he was like, shit! All the panic buttons went off, and everybody got alerted, the military, everything, and they all came out and went, there's something. And then, like I say, it's all gone from there, and then it got traced back to the WOW signal. And it's going to be going dark soon because it will be going behind the sun. There are rumours that it's going to activate it or some shit like that, but I think they've been watching the thing.
I'd heard it was already behind the sun.
Not quite yet. What are we on the 27th? No, not yet. 2 days.
But what's it going to do when it gets behind the sun?
Well, exactly.
Is it going to use the sun as a slingshot like Oumuamua did? Or is it just going to carry on going past the sun?
How did you see Mrs. Wayne leg it out of the kitchen in her dressing gown?
Yeah.
We don't know. Everybody's been talking about 3i Atlas, and I remember when we first did the show, and you were like, and it's like, oh, look at 3i Atlas. And it was the same with Josh last week. It was like, 3i Atlas, and he's like, so yeah, there's many different theories.
The problem has been that there has been a lot of blackouts of information in various places.
On the screen, you just said that word. You shouldn't say that. People blackouts. I mean, man, you can't say that. The fuck, Wayne.
And the thing I find amusing at the moment is the fact that NASA and the Chinese Space Authority have not released any pictures, especially the Chinese, because
NASA released one. NASA
they have
was taken up under Nokia,
but they have a satellite going in orbit around Mars.
That's right. Yeah.
They more than anybody would have had the perfect opportunity to take plenty of photos of Atlas as it went past Mars.
Yeah.
And yet that one photo is all that's been released.
The European Space Agency, they've got a lander down there. What do they call it? Lunar, the thing, the rover. They've got a rover down there. And the rover, they had all the cameras on this rover aimed at, in fact, my memory serves me right, there was 5. I think there's 5 landers down there, all from the different space agencies. Not just ESA or NASA, but I think there's 5 different ones down there, including China, and there was SpaceX, and there was a few others. But they had all these different space things got together, and they had all their things lined up, all the cameras lined up. ESA took some really, really good photos, but released, I think it was 1 or 2, and they were crap. And and I know they had their top cameras on these things aimed at that. Same as NASA, their landers had the top cameras aimed at it, and this, that, and the other. But all NASA did was release a camera from the main one it uses to help find its way around the terrain. So it was a shit camera, you know. Did all this be connected when the TV was overridden by alleged aliens? We'll get to that in a minute. I don't know, Andy. But staying with the European Space Agency, they had all their top cameras aimed at it, and all they did was release some crappy ones. And then they kept saying that 1 pixel is something like 35,000 miles is in that 1 pixel, and that's why it looks so shit. But what they didn't tell you is they took photos with their top cameras, which gave you a perfectly crystal clear view of whatever it is. And as you said, China's gone quiet, which is very, very unusual for China, because China are normally like, here go, look, we know it, dog, it this. So, it's normally really good. So I don't understand them going quiet, because like when they had the photos of the dark side of the moon, again, we've spoken about this before, for those of you who don't know, there was a Chinese website that was up, and it had photos of dark side of the moon. It was a legit website. It wasn't a scam or any crap like that. It was a legit website, and it had photos of the dark side of the moon. Wayne and I saw it. So did a few others, and it had structures that had been deliberately bombed to try and wipe them out. You could see them. And then we talked about it on the show and said we'll get the pictures and we'll come up here tomorrow. We'll do a special come up here tomorrow and we'll do it. We went on there the next day. No trace of the website, no trace of any of the photos in any of the other places that we went to.
It was almost as if it never existed in the first place.
Yeah.
Just completely disappeared. Right, a little update at the moment. 3i Atlas will be at its closest point to the sun on the 30th of October at a distance of 130 million miles.
That's
and the reason,
nautical unit, isn't it?
AU.
Yeah.
Distance of about 1.4 AU, which is 130 million miles. And at the moment, we can't see it from where we are because it's currently below our horizon. So the Greenwich observatories can't see it because it's below the horizon here in the UK. So everybody else can see it, except for us.
It's amazing how anything that is to do with like NASA, ESA, anything like that, they've got no pictures. They can't see it. All they've got is, we got this crappy one. And yet I've seen stuff in dark places where it's really crystal clear. I'll see if I can get some copies of these pictures and I'll put them up on the Dark Mirrors wall. But there's some really, really good photos of this thing, and it's the core of it is the size. I think it's something like 12 miles across or something like that, and it's got lights in it. You can see it's got fucking lights in it, and then you got a corona in it. Yeah. I'll have another look, see if because there's some where you can see all the speckles and everything. And it's
I've got one here.
Astic, can you stick it up on the wall, please, mate? By up on the wall, I mean the show's wall, not your kitchen wall.
Yeah.
And there's what else was it? It's got a shield. We were talking about this last week. It's been observed to have put up some sort of, for want of a better word, shield. And this was after the mass coronal ejection by the sun that Atlas ate. It just ate it.
Yeah.
It ate it, and then all of a sudden, this shield came up, and it completely surrounds it. It's been releasing not oxygen, which it normally does when it gets nearer to the sun. It wasn't oxygen. It was another gas, and I can't remember what it is, but it's been releasing lots and lots of this particular gas. It's been observed, and this was the interesting thing. Normally on comets and things like just comets and meteorites, as they get close to the sun, sorry, I got a sore throat. When they start to release the gases, it slows it down or moves its orbit, because it's just like having a jet engine go in the opposite direction, Atlas, and it's got nothing to do with its mass or anything, because I was reading this thing, has let off like massive jets of this, and it hasn't altered its course. And it should have done. And every single time they've observed anything like this, it's altered its course. And there's now murmurings that it is intelligently controlled. And there's murmurings that it is like it's not itself a drone or anything. Or what they call them. When they send out like pods to different planets to go and investigate them. Probes. Yeah, probes. Okay.
Yeah.
But they reckon it could be some sort of ship which has probes on it. Maybe not got any aliens on it, but it could be automatic. But they reckon it's going pew, 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 pew.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you go by the physics principle, if something has come from Sagittarius or Andromeda Galaxy, by the time they get here, it may have only taken them, say, if you go at the speed of light, or 99.9% the speed of light, which is what the Hadron Collider does. It takes I think it's something like 8 minutes, 23 seconds to get from the sun to here. So if it takes them, say, a day to get from Andromeda to here, that's fine. But by the time they go back, millions of years would have passed. So all the information they'd have collected, by the time they got back, there'd be no one there to give it to.
Well, the thing is, and again, this is something I was looking at last night. 3i Atlas isn't a couple of million years old. They reckon, because of the composition of the known gases that they can see from it, they think that this thing is something. I think it was either 3 or 2.8 billion years old. We're not talking millions. We're talking billions of years old. So obviously out from a planet in the other fucking system. No buggers there. No buggers there. However, if it's doing like panspermia or some shit like that, it could be seeding. But the panspermia theory is things like this go around throwing off pods with for want of a better word, all the elements of life on board onto dead planets, and then, you know. So, but from my reckoning, what I reckon, I do reckon we're not alone. I've never thought we're alone. I think that it's a known scientific fact for every single twinkle of light you see in the sky, there's 2 planets capable around it that are capable of sustaining either carbon-based life or silicon-based life. So you don't know. It's now also been proved that we've been here a hell of a lot fucking longer. The oldest known structure that's been found is 650,000 years old, and it was a wooden structure which had divot carved in it and put together, and it had basically fallen into a bog, solidified and kept thing. That's a new one that's been found.
The thing is, when it comes to beings from other worlds, we can only go by what our current laws of physics, chemistry, biology will allow us. So somewhere else, they could have been 5,000 years more advanced than us, or 5 million years more advanced than us, and the laws that dictate our being at the moment could have been long gone and forgotten, because they've found ways around things. They've worked out around these new laws of physics, chemistry, and biology. So they could be more far advanced. We sit here now, and you said it yourself, carbon-based life forms or silicon-based life forms. But on another planet, it could be a different type of life form that is constructed in different element altogether. Well, simply because we only see it as based on our own science, but their science could be miles ahead.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's also the theory. I mean, they reckon that you've got different levels, and you can get to level 5th level, which is where you ascend and you're an energy being. You're not kept in a body, and they reckon eventually you will be energy beings. But there's also the theory that, and I've seen this. This is all to do with the Emerald Scrolls of Thoth. Try saying that with your teeth in. THOTH, and that talks about a rogue planet, and it was reptilians, I think it was, that were on this rogue planet, and they basically went from planet to planet, getting rid of everybody, taking all its resources, and shooing everybody out into the cosmos. And they think that there's some ships out there which have got like migrant fleets, and they're looking for planets to be able to settle on. So could it be anything to do with that? I don't know. Again, this is not what we think. This is all stuff that's out there readily to read. So we're not off our rockers. I know there's some guys that watch this from work and think I'm completely off my rocker, but probably am. But Wayne and I have done this for so long, and I absolutely love doing this, because I get to sit and talk absolute crap about the cosmos and UFOs and aliens and Bigfoot and God knows what else, and it's all good stuff. But if their science is millions of years ahead of ours, one has to wonder, do they still have pickles and rubber chickens? You have to. Any society's got to have them.
Yeah, but that's if they have a sense of humour.
Well, it doesn't matter if you evolve. Everybody, you've got to have a sense of humour. You could be an energy-based being that could be among us, because we'll get to talking about do we think they're among us in a minute, mate. If you could be an energy-based being and you're amongst like carbon-based life form like us or silicon-based life form, a fart's a fart. You're going to laugh. Even if you go, what's that weird noise? That's somebody going.
Yeah, but my question would then be, would Mr. Spock laugh at a fart?
That is illogical. That's why are you laughing, Jim? Why are you laughing at that? That is illogical. Everybody loves a good fart.
So there you go.
Oh, I sure as hell do. But yeah, it's Yvonne's. Where's Von? Von. What's your thoughts of aliens already walking amongst us? Yeah.
I think they've been here for a long, long time.
Yeah,
In fact, I think they've been here before we were.
I do. Yeah, I do. Again, we've had quite a few shows about this, haven't we?
Yeah.
Precursors. For those of you, you must know about the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki were mentioned in the Babylonian sea scrolls, the ancient sea scrolls, and they were mentioned back in ancient Sumeria, pre-dynastic Egyptians, and they're mentioned in the Emerald Scrolls of Thoth. Basically, all the word Anunnaki means, I think it means something like people from space or space people. It's not a term for a planet or anything, it just means they came from out there, you know. They landed here, and they were here for thousands of years before us, mining gold, this, that, and the other. And then they got sick of it, and the people who were mining the gold for them and stuff, the Anunnaki, they said, "Come on, let's take the native hominid species, some sort of ape, put a bit of our own DNA into it, do some gene splicing. We'll get somebody who can do it for us because we're sick of doing it. We need it. We need basically a slave species." And they did. And I can't remember what her name is, but you had Enki and Enlil, who were two brothers. One was good, one was bad. And they made us. One loved us and wanted us to like do better than us and put something in our DNA that eventually we will reach that apex and we'll suddenly go, what the fuck? And the other one didn't like us because he thought that we shouldn't be allowed to be better than them and this, that, and the other. But the female one is, and again, they're all worshipped as gods. You've got to remember that. So she would be like the goddess of life, the goddess of, I don't know, something like that. She got the native hominid species. They put the DNA in, and they put one in her, and she went full term and created the first Adamu, Adam, the first Adamu, the first human being, the first human male man, and this Adamu was born in a science lab which was called Eden. And Eden was in Africa. And this is where you get the Bible taking a story about Eden and Adam and Eve and this, that, and the other. And it was just it was a science experiment first, see how it goes, you know. But you have to read these scrolls and look right into it before you suddenly start to understand. And then you see why religion's the way it is. You see why the Bible was made, and then you understand why texts were kicked out of the Bible because it didn't go with I think it was the Jewish Torah? Is it the Jewish? Their holy book's the Torah, isn't it? Yeah,
yes.
It's the Jewish faith has the holy book, the Torah. It didn't. The stuff about Mary Magdalene, stuff about Jesus having a family, the Book of Enoch talking about looking from space, you know, and it talks about the Watchers who came down and bred with human females and created the Nephilim, the giants who wiped everything out. Or could Enoch and the others not have been humans? Could they have been the first humans who were a bit bigger than us? The Watchers came down, bred with the female the humans 0.01, and made the giants. And were the giants us? Because we go around wiping out resources and this, that, and the other, and just being dicks to each other. And that's the legends of the giants. So could they have been us originally? We don't know.
I think Enoch was the result of the first experiments.
You reckon he was the original Adamu?
I don't think he was. I think he is a descendant of the original Adamu.
Yeah.
Simply because when you look at the scriptures of Enoch, it actually sort of goes more into how it works, and that would be the reasons to why it never ended up in the what we have now as the Bible, because there are so many things there that would give it away.
It talks about space.
But even when you look at the Bible now, there are subtle hints in the modern day Bible of the Anunnaki and Adamu, and that is the enlightened ones.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just been rebranded, relabeled, renamed, so it fitted the narrative of the time.
Yeah. Greatest story ever told.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, when you look at it, and like you say, when you go back to the Emerald Scrolls and all of that, everything is there. It's how you decipher it. But the problem is, and it's like that with people that have the ability to speak to people that have passed, mediumships.
Yeah.
Being a medium, most children are susceptible to it until they get older with outside interference.
The brain
it tends to get stopped.
Yeah.
But those that continue with it, it keeps on, and the energy's still there. You've still got that ability. And they're the special people, the enlightened ones. They're the people that have still got the abilities that were given to them back in the days that the Emerald Scrolls are talking about.
Well, there is a school of thought that when we're little and this, that, and the other, all the invisible friends, make-believe friends that we have, and all the videos of kids talking to past loved ones and say, "Oh, Granddad's here and he loves you," and stuff like that. It's because when we're young, we've not had all the influences to say ghosts aren't real and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And your brain operates in, I think it's 3 different dimensions, and the part that operates with the ethereal side of it is open. It's like a 2-way channel. Yeah. So you can see and hear them, you can talk to them, you can understand them, and you can reply back to them. Over the years, you're told, "No, ghosts aren't real. Ghosts aren't this. Ghosts aren't that." And this, that, and the other. Sorry, it's my missus. So it's as you grow up, it's closed off, so you lose that ability to be able to see them and hear them. However, there are some people who don't lose that ability. They could be brought up within a family group where they don't go, "Oh, ghosts aren't real," this, that, and the other. And they go, "Oh yeah, what's this?" And they encourage it. Or it's just such a strong link, it never ever goes over. And that's why it starts to open up again.
Yeah, everybody has the ability. It just needs to be unlocked. On those that have lost the ability, it's going to take something to unlock it, and then it needs to be worked on to perfect it and make it stronger, so it works for them. A lot of people don't want it. A lot of people are scared of that ability or wanting to have that ability and think there might be too much responsibility in having it. And so they just continue on their path. Other people embrace it.
Well,
and quite proud to as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you should be. If you got that gift, be proud of it. Like, both my daughters are clairaudient, clairsentient. However, like, Becky's not sure about her side of it because unfortunately she has psychosis. But she's on medication that quietens it all down. But Taylor definitely is. I've taken her to places that I've been on guard at, and like in the past, that are known to be haunted. And she's coming and going, "Oh yeah, there's a chap there, there's a bloke there, blah 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 blah." And you know what Taylor's like. She ain't gonna bullshit you. She don't come out with this crap and what she's very matter of fact. That old warehouse, like I said, there's a guy there watching you. He's just curious because for him it's a different time period, but for us we're sort of looking back. There's a guy over there. And she described the old security guard before me who died, and he'd lost an arm there, I think it was. She didn't know anything about it, never said a bloody word. She described him to a T, said about his arm, said about a certain type of uniform he wore. I discussed it with the directors. She was spot on, And the only reason I know my daughters have got it, I think I've told this story before, is when the day after my dad died, I went round to see my kids because me and their mum had split up. And they were talking about me, how Granddad had sat on the bed in that morning, and said, "It's all right, don't worry, I'll always be there for you, I'll always be your granddad, I'll always be watching you." And I was like, yeah. And this is one of the main reasons why I started doing this bloody show when I went to London, And I asked him what he was wearing, and the only person, there was two people in the world who could have known what Dad was wearing when he died. It was me, because I went in and closed his eyes, and it's nothing like in the movies where you go like that. I was like, it takes ages to do it. And the nurse that changed him into those clothes. Mum refused to go in. She wouldn't go in with him because she didn't want to see him dead. And I went in, and I knew what clothes he was wearing. And when I said to the girls, all right, what clothes was he wearing? And it wasn't anything they would have ever seen him in, because it was odd. It was an odd combination.
Yeah.
And they described it to a T, including the motifs on the jumper and what was on there and what was on his trousers and everything. And it was that. It was that when they told me, I just went, huh. And that's when I started studying it and looking into it. And because although we talk about UFOs and cryptozoology a lot, but we do talk about ghosts and paranormal and this, that, and the other, because we have got our own paranormal team, and Wayne does lots of ghost hunts and paranormal investigations. So I don't poo-poo it. I prefer the UFO side and cryptozoology side. Wayne prefers the ghosty paranormal side of it, and that's why we do the show together, because we work really well, and we're best mates as well. So and we've got Mr. Josh, who lives in Wisconsin, which is cryptozoology central of the world. It's well known for it. Look at the Beast of Brer Road, because he lives near there. But unfortunately, like I say, he got stage fright last week, didn't you, you big bloody wuss? And normally he's like, and last week he's so what was that? What's Von saying? Someone has some excellent equipment. There are some even clearer images too. I'm not sure if it's AI. So yeah. You're on about their pictures of Atlas, aren't you? Yeah. There's people out there. There's some guys that live out in Abu Dhabi, Arabian guys, and they've got like really fucking expensive things. And they do videos up on YouTube. They'll sit there and they'll put the coordinates in. You'll see this thing go and zoom in, and then they'll record it all. And I've seen some of the stuff that they're looking at. And I'm telling you now, Free Eye Atlas is.
It's a very strange. I personally think it is something of intelligent origin.
Yeah.
The original reports, because what pushed me into believing in a lot of it was the fact that when it was first detected, the tail was pointing at the sun.
That's right. Yeah.
Now it's swapped. It's pointing away from the sun.
Yeah.
Now, a propulsion system would not just alter like that. If we would go by basic earthbound physics, that would be a retro booster. That would be stopping. When it first came into sight, the tail heading towards the sun would say that's trying to slow itself down and stopping itself from going towards the sun. But now it seems to have gone the other way, which means it's going into forward motion, which means it's speeding up.
Yep.
But then you get all the other lights that are coming from it, and that's actually from within the object.
Yep. And it's also, like I said, me personally, I don't necessarily think it's a mothership or anything like that. But I do think it could be something that's in preparation for possibly, hello, we're here, we're up in the cosmos. I don't know.
I personally think it's an intergalactic National Express coach. It's just dropping people off en route.
Yeah. I like I say, it's been proved it's billions of years old. So who knows what the hell it's dropped off, picked up, So, it could even be like a live ship.
When you look at a lot of the stories, when you look at all the possible theories, any alien race that was to introduce themselves to us, they would only do it when they felt that we had evolved or ascended so far to the point where they would allow us to know who they are. So, could it possibly be that these beings have decided that we have got to that stage?
What did they call it?
I don't know.
First contact.
Yeah,
First
if
contact.
they're going to make first contract, they're going to wait until we are ready. And I think now we've got to a stage where there are a lot more people out there now that aren't quite following the path that the powers that be here want us to go. And so they're like going, well, we've got a majority here of people that would rather move past this point. So I think now it might be time we did something about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And just want to say, it's actually, I'm really chuffed at the moment. We've got, normally it takes the week for everybody to catch up and watch the show, and we'll have a few hundred, possibly a few thousand views. And at the moment, tonight, we've got almost 100 people are logged on and watching this. And that's in, in all the things, so spot on. Yeah, although we've only got a few in the chat, we've actually got quite a lot sat there watching us. So,
and it would be awesome if you could share it out as well, because obviously we do this because we enjoy doing it, and we'd like more people to experience the information and the show.
Yeah, so those of you watching it, please do us a favour, share it out for us, please. But yeah, I've spoken. The thing is, what gets me is I think that our civilization as a whole, and I mean all of mankind, I think we've reached that point now where religion can't keep your mind closed off to beings from other planets anymore. The government can't do it. The Bobberments can't do it. And nobody believes a bloody word that comes out of any MPs or arse anymore, or whatever they call them over in America, senators. No one believes anybody anymore because they're all just full of crap. And it's got to that point now where we're all like, come on, tell the truth, disclosure. And then you've got, on top of everything else, you've got all the rumours of this is the start of Project Bluebeam. I don't know. That's the honest answer. I don't think this at the moment is all Project Bluebeam. I don't see how it can be because of various other things I've read with it. But I think things moving on might possibly be. Look at the thing that went rocketed over Moscow. Was it this morning? It was either this morning or yesterday morning. You know the one I'm on about. Did you look at it?
Yeah, I did. I did a little bit of research on it.
Go on.
A meteorite that goes wrecking through the sky, casting a green glow, is caused by nickel or magnesium.
Nickel, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
So it would have been a nickel enriched.
We talked about bang, it went bang, and then it went petered out.
Well, that's because it's breaking up as it's hitting the atmosphere. It's like jumping off a 300-foot high diving board into the water. Unless you've got the surface of the water being broken, i.e., high divers using a jet of water across the surface, so it breaks the diver's fall as he dives in. Without that, it's going to be a hard impact. It'd be like hitting concrete. And that's the same for a meteorite once it enters Earth's atmosphere. It's hitting a barrier. So as it hits it, it gets intense heat and it breaks the meteorite up. So as it's screaming across the sky, yes, it's glowing green, but that's because the front of it is being burnt up first. And then all those little explosions are the meteorite breaking up. But I noticed with a lot of the videos, it gets to a certain point where that meteorite disappears in the atmosphere and it cuts short. Just as it's going out, it cuts short. So it makes it look as if it's still going.
No, I've seen the ones where it goes like bang, bang, bang. And that final bang it goes.
Yeah, and that's gone.
Yeah, what gets me is a lot of doomsayers out there, and I wouldn't worry about anything yet. But there is something interesting that I found deep diving. And it wasn't just once, twice, 3 or 4 times that I've read this. I've run out of fingers anyway. So there's been a lot of times that I've seen about, what was it? If NASA comes out and says we're going to have alien visitors, it's too late. And you have to, close all your curtains, seal yourself indoors. Don't answer the door to anybody knocking on the door saying they're your great Uncle Fred, this, that, and the other.
Don't get on any buses.
Yeah, don't get on it. No, don't get on any buses that say they can take you to. Hello, that say they can take you to safety in this. And I think it's for 3 days. You just stay indoors. Don't answer anything. Don't look outside. Don't open the curtains. Nothing. And then after 3 days, you'll be all right. What the fuck is all that about? Why is it in particular 3 days? What's that all about? Is this the 72-hour scope of Project Bluebeam? Because Project Bluebeam, for those of you who don't know, is NASA and the UN allegedly have got together and are doing staging a fake alien invasion so that they can create one world government and blah 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 blah. And it's
that was the conspiracy theory that was generated, wasn't it?
And it's also supposedly, and it's a good reason or good use of that time to cull the herd, i.e. there's too many humans on Earth, but they need to be culled of it. It's true. There are too many. I don't agree with culling. I do agree with going out and finding other planets to live on. You know, but they reckon that in those 3 days, any aliens you see aren't actually aliens. It's the holographic equipment that's being used, and it's actually people dress up in suits, and they'll just shoot you, and they'll kill you, and take your bodies away. And that's why you just stay indoors for 3 days. You just don't go out. Just if you hear these
I think 3 days is probably the amount of time it takes to get all the people they want holed up out the way, so they can do what they need to do elsewhere. Because if you think about it, all the most powerful and influential people in the world, they live all over the place. But there may be only certain places that these people can get out the way and hide out the way while all this is being done. So you could have someone in, say, South Africa, who has got plenty of money, is very influential, but the nearest place to him might be a day and a half's travel away.
Yeah.
So it could be that 3 days is the amount of time it takes for them to get the people they want out of the way while they do what else needs to be done.
I suppose also when you think about it, 3 days, you've got 3 days to cull the herd, set everything up, get a one world government, and then after 3 days, I suppose that's about the point of time where everybody else goes, hang on a minute, what the fuck? Nah, and starts to go outside. I suppose that could be that as well. But yeah, it's quite interesting what you read.
You wouldn't need that time to set up anything, because everything would have already been predetermined. It would have already been prearranged. Everything would be set, ready to go. All you would need to do is collect the people needed and get them to wherever they need to be so that they're out of the way. They will know their role once they're there. And then it's just a case of waiting to see what happens up here. And then when they think it's safe to come out, they'll come out and just get on with life as normal.
But there's also another thing when you think about it. All the rich and famous and the elite have been making bunkers for the last 1.5 years. They've been making bunkers as if they know something we don't. All of them, including fucking Zuckerberg.
I think it's probably because I think part of that is because of how unsafe the world has become. And it's like the Cold War all over again. You know, when you've got Russia threatening to nuke here, there, and everywhere, and China saying, well, they're getting involved, they'll start doing it. North Korea says they'll start doing it. You know, it's the Cold War all over again. And when the Cold War first started, the same thing happened. People were building bunkers. People were scared. They were doing all these different training programs so that people were prepared in the event of a nuclear war. And now we've got to the stage where it could be happening all over again, and there's another Cold War because everybody's saying we'll nuke you, and if you nuke us, we'll nuke them, and so on and so forth. So all these people with the money are going, well, bollocks to you. If you can do all this, we're going to build a bunker so that we can get out of the way. And it's not just rich, influential people that are doing it. There's loads of people that are building basement bunkers.
Mm.
and they're just average people.
I think the council get pissed off if I try to do that. Yeah.
I think he's who is it? There's a guy on TikTok and Facebook, Colin
The
Furze.
professor guy. The one who made he had the disabled chair with fucking a Hayabusa engine in or whatever it was, 5-blade engine.
But he's built a bunker under his front driveway.
That's right, yeah. And the car goes.
The car he drives the car on at the drive and it goes underneath the house and in at the bunker. Yeah. And he's got all of that set underneath. Now he's just an average person. He's not influential in any particular field. And yet he's gone out of his way to build this bunker. Now he's going to be one of these people that will be safe if all hell broke loose.
Yeah, he said he was just doing it as a laugh, but he has the money to do it, and he has the skills and the knowledge to do it as well. And I was watching the videos of him doing it. It's good stuff, some good stuff. Me personally, if anything ever happens, head to a cave. Head to a cave. Cheddar Caves, whatever. Head to a cave. That'll be the best thing.
I'll be long gone before that happens then. That's miles away from me.
Basement bunkers would not be safe enough after a nuclear war. You would have to have supplies, etc., for a very long time. I don't think there will be a nuclear war. I don't think there ever will be. Because as much as people rattle their sabers and go, oh, fucking nuclear, everyone knows, and all these heads of state and presidents know, there's no winner from nuclear war. If you launch those nukes, we're all fucked. And that's it. There's no winner. The
thing as well, I think as well, what doesn't help is the preconception of a nuclear war. Because in when the first Cold War started, nuclear weapons were very big, cumbersome, massive things.
That's right.
Now with the modern day battlefield nuclear deterrent,
your bollocks as you get older, they turn into massive, cumbersome, huge things.
They're not high yield. They're not massive nuclear weapons. When they go off, they are not big. They are
bombs, aren't they?
They are tactical battlefield nuclear missiles. So they're not ones designed to, we'll drop the one and that'll take out the whole country. It's specific for that specific target.
That's right, yeah.
And nowadays, you don't need nuclear weapons because a lot of these ballistic missiles that they've come out with, they can travel vast distances and they can cause maximum damage without a nuclear yield.
Moabs.
Exactly.
They're huge. They're very, very huge when they go off. And yeah, if there ever is a nuclear war, whoever did it's a fucking idiot. But I don't think there will be because, like I say, all these heads of states and presidents, everyone who rattles their sabers and flexes and says, "I've got X amount of nukes and I will," you won't. All you're doing is mouthing off and running your mouth because you know it keeps everybody in line when you do that. But all of them, every single country that says they're going to do it, all know there are no winners. There are no winners, and every single person's fucked. You could be a government, a head of state, and go under the ground until all this under the city into the cities that have now been built all around the world, and then come out a few years later, and you've got nothing left to govern. You have nothing left. You fucked the world. All you've got, the only food you've got is the food down below.
If you look at the fallout that came from Chernobyl when the reactor went critical, and you times that by about 300, that is the end case scenario.
Yeah.
There isn't going to be any winners. All it would take is 5 countries to get involved and fire 5 warheads, and everybody's done.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no point in it because everybody's dead if that happens. Not dead, but everybody's just fucked, and I wouldn't like to live in that world afterwards. That would be. It wouldn't be like you see in Fallout and stuff like that. It would be completely different. I'll tell you that now. But yeah. But anyway, back to what the fuck we were talking about. Muamura. That's why not Muamura. Atlas. This is why I love doing this show because we go fuck off. Go back onto it. Yeah, Von said Josh was very quiet last night. He fuck it last week. He was. And I said to him, I said, dude, what's the matter? He's like, I've done a show for so long. And, it was almost on the show, but he needed to come out and talk. He did.
So was it almost like when he first came on the show the first time round? And he just sat there and went, ooh.
Yeah. It's literally that. And he said to me, he said, I haven't done a show for nearly a year, dude. And it's like, oh, yeah, I can see that. So, he was going to be on tonight, but he's got to go and do family stuff. But as far as I'm aware, he'll be back with us next week. So, yeah, and like I say, I was playing Helldivers with him earlier, and that was funny because I just kept fucking up, and you could hear him laughing, and you could hear my missus pissing herself, So, yeah, it was all good fun. So anyway, to recap, do we think that Three Eye Atlas is just a piece of rock? No. I don't think it's just a piece of rock.
I have a theory.
Go on.
Well, I just thought of it, and it's a bit weird, and it could be a bit far out.
Look, I don't want to know about your things with rubber and leather. We all know. Just keep it clean. Yeah.
Because we can't physically go to Three Eye Atlas and actually get hands-on look at what it is made of. Could the so-called lights that we are seeing, which we're portraying as coming from Three Eye Atlas, could they be a reflective surface?
Well, the thing is, it's been reported it's got lots of things around it. And it was reported, and I thought it was because it had gone through an asteroid belt or something, and it had been seen moving out the way of big asteroids and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And it might have been, debris from that. But apparently, when you read into the reports and everything, it had these things with it when it was first sighted, so it wasn't.
Yeah, but what I mean is, could it be a chunk of rock with massive diamonds or quartz crystals around it, and the lights we're seeing are reflections from the sun's light?
Well, it could be, and if it was, I mean, the thing is, I'm going to tell you now. They know what it is. The Bobbermans know what it is. We've got stuff up there watching it now that the Bobbermans will never tell you about, and I know we have. And they've got stuff up there now watching it closely. They know what it is. I don't think it is. It's made out of diamonds and stuff like that. Because if it was, they would have gone. Do you know what? It's got some really good resources on it. We're going to go and do something.
But then I can throw a spanner in the works.
Ow!
Because the chance, how are we going to get to it to mine those resources? We're not.
Well, the thing is, we already have Space Force. They say we haven't. We have. We have got Space Force, and we have got vessels capable of mining.
The problem there is, would you commit Space Force to going to Three Eye Atlas to mine resources that really we may not necessarily really need, apart from allow the rich to get richer?
We're talking about the rich who own and run space. Of course they fucking would.
But the thing is that it's getting there. It's getting the resources and it's bringing them back. None of us will ever see those resources.
No, of course we won't.
But could it be that what we are being told about all of these different things, like it's emitting light, it's course changing, the tail has gone from the front to the back, unless we physically see that proof, are we going with what we are being told by all these different sources, again, because of their narrative? Are we being pulled in to this Project Bluebeam?
Steve, the thing is that's a good point, because it's very easy to get sucked in and pulled in by people bullshit, and putting out a false narrative and putting out YouTubers out there who report on false bullshit and stuff when they've been paid off. However, the thing about the jets that have been coming off it that aren't pushing it, altering its course or anything, that didn't come from anything mainstream, anything to do with military. This was a deep, and it wasn't a story. It was a proper observation.
I mean, could it be? I mean, I just like to look at the science behind certain things, and as a block of ice or block of rock with ice in it warms up.
No, I know. That's what I said earlier. It should be that, but it's not, apparently.
As it's skimming past Mars, it's warming up, and this pocket of gas has ruptured, and it's made it course change because it's a plume of gas that's acted like a a booster,
But
and it could of course change through that.
but how would it do it to avoid every single thing though? That's just it.
But again, this is why I look at all possible theories, because obviously, I mean, the way I'm seeing it is there is something is not right with this object. Whatever it is, something's not right. And to go down a natural route, I don't think that's the case. I'm ruling out a natural route myself.
I think it is intelligent design, and I think it is being controlled. But whether it is a mothership, I don't think that. Could it be a migrant ship? That's a possibility. But could it be something that puts out probes all different places to try and find somewhere to live or coexist? I'm kind of on the edge of that one.
I personally think it will go behind the sun, and then it will just carry on going.
Well, we won't know until February, March time.
Yeah, I just think it's coming through our solar system. It's just going to bugger off out the other side.
I reckon it'll drop probes off though.
Well, I think basically it's like a tourist bus. I think they've come through our solar system to see what's what, how things are, and then they'll just carry on out the other side.
Well, Von's just put something up. We're going to have to finish it just in time. Why would aliens want to destroy us? I'm sure they have much more than what our planet has. If it was, would the powers that be just want to destroy it anyway? I think they should let whatever will be. I think cryptozoology and stuff like that, the powers that be, yeah, you're right, they just capture it and fucking see how it ticks and then kill it. If, however, you've got people from another planet with weaponry and technology far superior to us, if you take that, then go after that ship, take their people, and just take them apart and kill them, you're going to get the rest of the people that are involved with that on the other planet going, well, where the fuck are they? Why haven't they been? Send somebody down, go and see what's happened. And then somebody goes down and sees what happened, reports back, say, you'll never know what they did to poor old Malcolm right up the arse. And then they're going to go, is that right? Send people out to go, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I
mean, I think with Bond's comment there, you look at the Genesis theory.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That 3i Atlas is this laboratory that's going past. Now, 3i Atlas could have been responsible for the genetic changes in human beings.
Well, it's been proved we're not from this planet.
Exactly. So these beings on 3i Atlas could have been responsible for putting the right things on this planet in the first place. And this could be them just doing their history/science project and cruising through, seeing how we've progressed, how we've evolved, what stage in knowledge we've got to. And it quite possibly could be that they've turned around and said, you know what, they're not worth worrying about, cruise straight past. Or will they slingshot around the sun and come back and go, we've decided we're going to make contact, which they are supposed to. If you go by all theories, they are supposed to make contact.
From what I've read, they're supposed to, yeah.
Maybe they'll use the sun to slow them down so that they come to a point where the natural course of it would put us in line with coming to Earth.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do I think it's alien? I think it's definitely of alien origin. Do I think it's intelligently controlled? Everything's pointing to I don't see why not. Is it something, as you just said, is it something coming to check that we've hit that point where we can now have first contact? Are they coming back to see, we put the seeds of life on there fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Now we've sent something else out to come and check. It could be that. And that's quite an interesting theory. I like that.
Also, if you put it, Oumuamua could have been the first probe to check.
Yeah,
and then get confirmation. Get confirmation, they send 3i Atlas.
Funnily enough, when Oumuamua went through, transmissions were red coming off it. Do you remember? There was transmissions red coming off it and being shot out in the direction that 3i Atlas came from. So, and also Free Eye Atlas. Hang on, Free Eye Atlas has done the same thing. Shot out transmissions in the direction of the Swan.
Yep.
One.
And the Oumuamua slingshotted around the sun and went back the way it came.
Yeah, exactly. So I think watch the skies. I do think watch the skies. And as I've said before to everybody, if you see anything, film it, photograph it, send it to us at the Dark Mirror Radio the Dark Mirror Radio Show at yahoo.co.uk. Send us an email or get hold of us on Facebook. Send us a message, or go to our Instagram, our TikTok, our Twitter, anything. Just go there, send us a message, get hold of us, and we'll have a look into it. We really will, because I'm keeping a close eye on Free Eye Atlas.
Sorry, I got a hold of myself.
He gets a hold of himself regularly every night because Ellen just keeps saying, "No, Wayne, stop it." So. Oh, bless you. No, she doesn't. They're trying for another kid or 5. I don't know. Anyway, look at that face. Bless him. Look.
Thought I'd frozen then, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know they had sent transmission from the same. Yeah. Free Eye Atlas. Oumuamua went past, and it was observed sending out transmissions, and just as it slingshot, it did a massive burst and sent loads of things out, all in the same direction, and then it went, back the way it came. Free Eye Atlas has been observed sending transmissions. They're called fast burst transmissions as well, and some of them have been going towards the Virgo. The part of space, the constellation of Virgo, has been sending stuff out there as well. And Virgo, funnily enough, is where the big one, Swan, is. So again, this is 3 things from 3 different parts of space that go ba-doo, 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 and I think they're talking to each other. So do I think they're here to end our doom? Not to spell our doom? No, I don't. I really, really don't, because as Yvonne said earlier, they've obviously got other planets or other resources, and they've got technology far in advance for us. Why would they want to fuck us up? We're no threat, They could, if they want to come take over, peaceful. Don't
exactly. I mean, anything that's 500 years more advanced than us wouldn't see us as a threat.
No. And this thing's thousands, millions, billions of years older than us.
Yeah.
So and on that note,
I've just had a missed call from Mr. Fred Bat.
Give him a call back in a minute.
I'll ring him later. He's left a voicemail, so I'll listen to it later.
On that note, I think we keep a close watch on Atlas and anything else that's coming, and we'll just keep watching space. We'll keep reporting about it, and I'm going to have a look and have a chat with Josh throughout the week and see if there's been anything happening in the cryptozoology side of things. But we'll certainly be back next week, 9:30. On here with more stuff, more jokes, more Mickey taking, and more facts. So, as I say, if you've got anything you'd like us to talk about, or any pictures you've taken, or anything you've seen, send it to us at the Dark Mirror Radio Show at Yahoo. Is it .com or .co.uk? I can never bloody remember. It's .com, I think. Email us at the Dark Mirror Radio Show. Where is it? The Dark is coming up. It's coming up.
Yahoo.co.uk.
.co.uk. There it is. There it is. The Dark Mirror Radio Show at yahoo.co.uk. Send it to us there. Great show, guy. Missed it loads. Thank you, mate. You can always watch it on catch up. Lots of people do. They always watch it on catch up.
Brown sauce, but
See, I don't. Brown sauce just makes me fart. And I tell you what, I work with somebody. I won't mention his name, but anybody who's watching this, who I work with, will know exactly who I'm about. And he farts like an absolute fucking demon when you're in the gatehouse. And he lets rip, and I have to walk out sometimes. I have to go out the other side of the door and go, no. You, sir, there's something wrong with you. And he lets brown sauce. So, great show, Wendy Mark. Made a nice change to watch you when you're live. Thank you. See what you missed out on. So anyway, we'll see you next week, 9:30, same place, same channel, and it's goodbye from him.
It's goodbye from him.
We'll see you all next week. Let's play you out with some plinky music. Right, let's end this. See you next Monday, 9:30. Bye bye.